Welcome along to a special edition of TUI Transfer Talk. Not so much transfers, but a lot of reports suggesting that Claude Puel could not be the manager of Southampton Football Club next season. Of course, it's his first season in English football. A lot of his career over in France, but I'm with Clive with this time to talk about obviously Claude's future. Clive, where should we start on this one? Really, there's a report suggests that the players have fallen out with Claude. He's lost the dressing room, and he may not even be the manager here next season.
Well, I think that's a reasonable assumption, to be honest, given results of recent and performances recently. I think right from the start, some of the players didn't really buy into his methods, but they had to eventually. It's not good for him. The fans. I saw the interviews obviously after the Hull City game, and that was raw. That was a raw hurt from the fans. They were really hurt by that performance. The fact you only get one shot on target in the 81st minute. And then I hear the arguments for him saying, well, we're still in 9th place. But in a couple of weeks' time, we could be 16th, and it's that middle of the league is crunched right up. It's important where we finish. It's important financially. It's important for sense of pride, to be honest. I don't want to be finishing below Bournemouth. I don't want to be finishing below Watford, Burnley, no disrespect to them. But, we surely are better teams than them. But the only way you prove that is by the points you put on the board at the end of the season. Claude, I don't know. It just not positive enough. He hasn't enamoured himself to the fans, and he clearly is finding it hard with the key players. There's been a lot of factors going on in the background. The takeover of the club, possibly. The congested fixture list, which we've had a strange season. We've had a absolutely crazy season in that. We had so many fixtures, midweek Saturday, and then nothing. It's been really strange. But I just don't think he's cut the mustard is the word, I think. Cut the mustard. And looking forward, where can he rescue this? If he does stay, how can he rescue this? Because it's so hard to get the players back on side. And be looking forward to next season thinking, OK, we're going into a new season. There'll be no Europa. Can we get, and who knows who's going to come and who's going to go, but can we be positive about it? Can we be thinking we're going to be, in real terms, just below the top 6?
And you picked up on a couple of points there, and I think for me, it's not just Saturday's result. It's an accumulation of all of these disappointing results over the season. Winning in Europa, historic wins against Inter Milan, but then going away to places like Burnley, places like Hull, Crystal Palace, not putting a performance in, and it's his tactics. He's not making the right decisions at the wrong time, and that's what have really grinded against the fans this season.
Yeah.
And I think for me, actually, also before you jump in there, mate, I think what we've been blessed with success over the last couple of seasons. I think I think maybe it's a case of expecting too much, but us as Saints fans, we want something to sing about, and we've not had any consistency this season in Claude Puel. He's not really injected any of that enthusiasm to us, has he?
Yeah, no, I think we had two of the best managers going in football, in Pochettino and Koeman, and obviously they upped our game. So why shouldn't we expect similar? It's not even been anywhere near similar, has it? It's been so below par. How many times have we hit the heights this season? Really? Liverpool away in the League Cup is the big one. Arsenal away in the League Cup, decent. Leicester at home, decent. But have we really hit the heights on regular occasions? We haven't. Have we had scintillating football? Not really. Not really. I think we're entitled to expect it. I really do. I don't expect top 6. But I do expect Southampton to go out there and have a blimmin' good go against anybody in this division. And unfortunately, we've come out wanting a bit.
And the point you've picked up there really is the League Cup. I think for me, the League Cup run to the final has probably saved his job, maybe keeping him safe until the end of this season. I'm sure his job will be reviewed in the summer, seeing what his expectations and his objectives were. For me, actually, beginning of the season, he had 4 objectives, right? First one was to implement a lot of youth players, and he's done that. You can tick that box quite easily. I think that's partially down to a lot of injuries and a lot of games playing Thursday, Sunday, a lot of games midweek, a lot of competitions this season. Next objective would be Europa League knockout stage, didn't tick that box. Disappointing to go out and not a single away goal in Europe either. And that's, a lot of people travelling over to Israel. See your Israel souvenir in the background there, and things like that. That's what we're so disappointed about. Another one would be top 10 finish. Okay, we're on course at the moment, but as you said, after these next group of fixtures against Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, we could find ourselves in the bottom half, and we could find ourselves behind Bournemouth in the league table. I think out of those three, maybe he's only ticked one of those boxes.
Yeah, I agree with you. But more than that, it's morale of the fans, morale of the players. That's where I'm so worried right now. We'll go down there, we'll go and support them, but you just want to see us having a go. You just want to see and being positive. And I have to say, the football at the start of the season was so ponderous. Somewhere round about League Cup final time, we got it together. That Sunderland performance, again, that was a high. To be honest. All right, against the bottom team, we still got to beat them. But from there, we had a few weeks where I thought, things are starting to come together. But it's just been so disappointing the last few weeks. It really has. And go on, sorry.
I think an argument to that as well, actually. Obviously, it is his first season. I mean, he tried to implement this 4-4-2 diamond, which he had success over in France, and obviously clearly didn't work. And he's been tinkering around this season with four different systems at times. The 4-4-2 diamond at the beginning of the season, playing Nathan Redmond as a striker, labelling him as the next Thierry Henry. We all knew that's never going to happen. Yeah. Redmond's a wide player, out and out, left or right, not a striker. He's played the 4-3-3 with the two wide players, and has now gone back to the 4-2-3-1, which we had success with last season. All right, we've lost some of our best players from last season. Our goals from Mane, Pella, Wanyama in midfield, but Romeu's certainly stepped up to play on that one. I think Romeu, for me, probably been the outstanding player this season. Van Dijk, as always, been class, but whether or not we keep him could be partially down to the manager too.
I think more than anything is team selection. When players have had a good game, when players have scored goals, he drops them. That's just bizarre. That is just strange. Just as a player's got confidence, especially Shane Long, a player gets a goal. Shane was starved. He was having a really hard time, and he gets a good little run of goals, and he's on the bench. Just bizarre. Jordi Clasie, been out of the frame for so long, come back with a wonderful performance at West Brom. Next game, on the bench. So I really, really don't understand those. And that is more than anything what's going to piss players off. And once you do that, it's so hard to get people back on side. Take the thing that he needs to learn the culture of England and the way that it goes and what works football-wise. But personally, for me, it's gone. It's gone for me, and I'd like to see a replacement. Personally, one out the hat, which is a bit unusual, would be Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill has come through old school under Cloughy, so he's got that tremendous, as a player, tremendous manager to look up to. He's got the experience of a club similar to us at Leicester City, which he did particularly well at, and he's got international experience. And he's a passionate man who stands on the touchline and gives it everything. So somebody like that doesn't have to. That's just a suggestion out the box. But I want someone with a bit of passion. I want someone with a bit of oomph that's going to take us forward, not possibilities and maybe opportunities. Someone with a bit of oomph, because that is what we need right now. We're sort of hovering along, and which way do we go? We don't want to go down again, because we had too many years of that in the 90s. We had too many when Rupert Lowe ruined the club in the 2000s. Too many years of that. We're in a right in that middle of the road situation. We want to go up, not down. Be positive, positive, and be a bit bold, Saints. And let's keep our best players. That's tough, isn't it? But let's keep our best players, and to do that, you're going to need the best manager.
Mm-hmm. And almost it feels like it's Groundhog Day. It's the silly season again. The summer's nearly upon us, and I think like you said, we need a bit of passion. And I think a lot of the fans actually that I spoke to outside the ground are wishing for that passion. But let's wrap things up then, Clive. Great as always. But guys, let us know in the comments below, what do you make of Claude Puel's season? A lot of discussion on this one. Let us have it in the comments. If you leave your like on the video, if you've enjoyed this discussion, and don't forget to subscribe for more.